today, what we're fixing is this issue right in the corner. These window headers are actually wood. The top of that corner is rotted out, it's leaking there. Also no kickout flashing in that corner. Could be one or both of those issues, but we're gonna fix it. Let's dig in. Oh yeah, look at that. You think that was leaking? And what is it with Flex Seal? Man, it strikes again every time. Apparently it didn't fix it. All right, what you're gonna need on a job like this, it's here somewhere, my pouch, $4 at Home Depot. It's a siding removal tool. So that little hook is gonna get up behind the siding and disengage that lock. That's for removal, and then it's also important for putback. You can hook it back in that groove and then reattach the groove. That's going to enable me to take off this piece of siding around this area so I can put some metal on here. $4. Wouldn't do it without it. If you're a roofer, need to take off siding around chimneys and sidewalls and stuff, $4. I keep 2 just in case I lose one, and I always keep it with me. And then this guy right here, you know, we got some water getting on the floor down there. This is definitely letting water in, but this could be too. So we're gonna fix them both. On a kickout, well, on this wall, if rain hits this wall and then rolls down and goes inside this J channel, then it goes to here, then it goes down, and then it's behind your siding right here. So a kickout is going to bring the water from this J channel into the gutter. Stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to do this. That was tricky, and when it's cold, here's a tip. Vinyl siding gets really brittle, especially the older it gets. The colder it is and the older it is, the more brittle it is. It's pretty much a law of nature. So that sucker, that was tough to get out, and I was afraid of breaking it, but we got it out. All good to go. And look at there, that kickout flashing, or the absence of it, was killing that plywood OSB. No house wrap, but house wrap wouldn't have fixed it. It just would have prolonged the issue from presenting itself. Let's get a close-up of this. Yup. So that is what happens when that water from the vinyl and the J doesn't go into the gutter. Let's fix it. If that doesn't tell you how serious kickout flashings are, I don't know what will. Just a little small detail, and this is what happens. Water rolls down your wall, rots out your wood, gets into your floor, starts rotting out your floor. Just, man, ticking time bomb. Anyway, I've got a little prep done for my kickout to go in. That's a little cut I hit with a hook blade. That only needs to be about 1 inch off the deck. Doesn't need to be very tall. And we're gonna have to cut back the step flashing because my kickout needs to go under all the step flashings. Sorry, but not sorry. This one's done. Finished it yesterday. Ran out of daylight, so today I'm gonna do this one. Yeah, looks fantastic. I love it. Definitely fixed the problem, and looks great. Should have been done that way in the beginning. Actually, just shouldn't have had the headers in the beginning. I think that's a terrible idea, putting a wood header above a window with vinyl siding. It would have been fine if people had more skills and abilities. All right, I'm gonna get you in a little closer so we can see how I finished that out. Here we are, and that's what that kickout looks like. And see, it's not very tall. It's okay. It's gonna catch that water just fine. And then what I like about it is down here from the ground, can't see it. Don't make it, you know, 2 inches tall or 3 inches tall. Like, it's not necessary, just too disruptive. So that's that. And this over here is the top of that header now. And I've got it pitched a little bit just so this isn't flat, but I think that turned out great. And now the water behind this J channel is going to come here and then go straight down behind the siding, which is not great. This is what I did to fix that. That's a piece of coil, and that goes underneath this piece of J channel, so the water actually is going to get on top of the siding rather than just going behind it all the way down. That's that siding removal tool right there. And I can't do that with one hand, but that's how I unsnap that, and then I'll snap it back in. Let's get this other guy done right there. All right, this is what this looks like. There's the old header. There's the new piece of metal. I do have a little bend up there for some rigidity, and then the second piece, I'm gonna hook on like that, pitch that a little bit so it's not flat up here, and then we can put our J and our siding back on. All right. Here's a close-up of what I did on the other one. I haven't put my cap on yet, but I've got this piece that's going to have all the water from the J channel spill on top of this. And when it goes down, it's going to be on top of this piece of siding rather than underneath it. The other guys did put a piece of metal here, so that's good. They had a piece of metal, but of course that's going behind the siding. And I'm going to use this as an opportunity to rant. Like, my question is, what was the siding guy thinking that put the siding on this house that didn't put a piece of metal there? Well, number one, there's no house wrap, so that tells you something. But house wrap wouldn't have fixed this. Like, that detail needs the detail that I did. So either the siding guy didn't know that, which is really sad, because that's like a common thing, like a raindrop problem solution, or he didn't care, which I'm thinking that's probably worse. But that's real common, because if the builder he was working for didn't care either, why should the installer? You're like relying on the installer's morality to do a good job. Like, really? We're going that far as a society? We should have more standards than the workers' morality to have our houses built. Just details like this make me really think about where we're at in America with our building and our structures. I honestly think that our skills and abilities and structures are significantly worse than they used to be before we started doing asphalt shingles and crap like that. Maybe at least just houses. I don't know about the other buildings. Commercial stuff, you know, maybe that's different, but I don't really care that there's not house wrap. You know why? Because siding is waterproof until you get around windows and penetrations, and then it's not waterproof. And so our building method is to waterproof the house with house wrap and window tape, and then the siding's not supposed to be waterproof. So we've created this expectation that if you're a siding guy, just throw that siding up. You know, that's what you do when there's no house wrap. So if the builder said no house wrap, then you're not going to change the way you do your siding. You're just going to throw it up just like there was house wrap. Get crap like this, and crap like no kickout flashing. I'm going to say it again. The house wrap wouldn't have prevented the damage. It would have just made it take longer to present itself. Siding can and should be waterproof without any house wrap. Am I advocating for all of our buildings to be built without house wrap? I guess that depends. That might be a trick question. If it's standard American construction like this, absolutely, you need house wrap. If it's I'm not going to say traditional, I'm going to say ancient technology. That sounds weird too. Like, just, you can build a house without house wrap. Yeah, so that's enough of that rant. Sorry, had to get it in there though. All right, there we are. All done, ready to head out of here. Moral of the story, put a damn kickout flashing in. Jeez, like, this is 2024. Hey, I have 2 videos about kickout flashing. I teach you how to make one and how to install one. I didn't do that in this video, but it's pretty easy, pretty simple. Go check out those other videos. Make sure you're putting kickout flashings in for the future of humanity, please. Have a good one.